Oh, there's no stick it in.
Whole Foods.
I'm gonna just look like this.
No, you're not gonna just look like this. Gotta make the weekly trek to Whole Foods.
Oh, you recording right now?
Yeah, we're recording
Oh
right now.
man,
Gotta make that weekly trek. Get that food for the week.
they better have my salads. I know that.
I know, we come here sometimes. They don't have the salad sometimes. Gotta get a few things. Let's see what happens.
3 and 4 Whole Foods don't have the salad that I want. I hope Whole Foods see this. I'm getting pretty mad. I got my salad.
Got your salad.
Shameless plug. Boom, organic, toasted. It's backwards on the camera. It's hilarious. Toasted. But that says toasted chopped salad.
No, toasted sesame chopped salad.
Yeah. Boom.
That's
Delicious. Don't come here buying this up since you saw it on video. Don't do it. Get those. He's got a few. Get the Asian supplement. Kind of stinky though.
You only need 5.
Yeah, I got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
So we get the water bottle refills. That's part of our weekly trip. So Whole Foods. So we get the lunch salads.
Yeah.
And
Because we love Chipotle. The last Chipotle, but I can do this for half.
yeah,
So it's all about saving money
yeah.
to expand our empire and to keep Sherry looking like this. I mean, what can I say?
And one day I'm going to do a video of how to save money and not spend your whole paycheck at Whole Foods.
Boomage.
So, yeah, so I'm going to go through Whole Foods and get the rest of the stuff now. Hope you enjoy the video.
I just had to do it. Sorry.
What is that? Because you like, what do they have?
I'm gonna call that quintessential classic rock intro.
Okay, classic rock intro.
Boom.
So, all right. Being in love.
You know what's so interesting? We did this video already. I'm just like putting Sherry all the way out there. We did this on the lake and it was awesome. And she was like, "No, we're not gonna show that one because it's got background noise from the wind."
You weren't supposed to say that. You weren't supposed to say
I'm
that.
just saying. I thought it was good. Even though when you listen to it, like if you had it in your headphones, it'd be like.
So if we're doing,
and I think people could like get past it. They can get past it.
We're doing video. Let me help you understand. Okay, we're doing a video. You don't tell people, "Oh, we filmed this once. This is take 2." You don't tell people that. Do they tell you that they're doing multiple takes when they do film and television and all that? No.
I don't know. Probably somebody
they
does.
don't. They don't. You don't see that. So when you're watching a TV show or something, they don't say, "This was take 2." Actually, this is take 25.
I actually
they don't do
have.
that.
I have seen people do that. Yeah.
Okay, that's the
They'll
behind
reference
the
their
scenes footage. That's the behind the scenes. We're not doing behind the scenes footage.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you all like the fact that you should share in the comments the fact that you enjoyed me sharing that or not. It's okay.
So, answer this question.
Okay.
Are you in love?
I am.
That was like, wait. That was like,
Yes.
like you had to get prepared for it.
Well, you're crazy.
No.
So, you know.
Yes, and crazy, recognizes
Crazy
crazy.
is as crazy does.
Crazy
That's
recognizes
what my mama
crazy.
used to say. Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
all right.
definitely
And I'm in
love.
love. I'm in love with you.
Absolutely. I mean,
Let
why
me be
would
specific.
You be? Woo. Yes. I like this video better.
Take 2.
Yeah, but yeah. What was the question?
If you're in love. Are you in love, Randall?
I
with
am.
me specifically.
I am.
Okay.
I'm in love with me first.
Okay. All
then
right.
you.
And you know what? That's really important to say. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily like that statement because, they feel like that might be a little selfish or something like that. But the truth of the matter,
but it's not.
A little narcissistic. But no.
Is narcissistic the word?
Okay, so
Okay,
I
get what you're saying though.
But,
I feel it.
But really and truly, you have to love you in order to be able to love me better.
Yeah, that's true. And I'd like to expound on that. Like, a lot of, I'd say, all of the fellas out there that are watching this, there's a lot of things that I've observed in friends over the years who they do things to avoid their issues instead of dealing with them. And because of those issues, they come out, even if you try to suppress them some kind of way, they still will rear themselves in another way. And a lot of times I notice that in how they deal with their significant other, it shows itself that way. And then when you mention it, they'll do things like, oh, I never thought of it like that. But,
like calling their spouse the wife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I that's one thing I'm just going to say as a personal advice from me to you, all you guys out there. Don't call your wife the wife. Even if she's not there and you're talking to a group of your fellas, I guess that's a macho thing that people have heard. Because, when I hear it, it makes me cringe. It's like the wife, like the ball and chain or whatever.
I think the wife is the phrase that
Yeah.
I find uncomfortable when people say that, because then it puts it like the wife is this separate entity
Right.
that, it's
like
over
everything
there.
is going good, but I got to check in.
The
I
wife.
would do this, but I got to see what the wife says.
Right.
I had somebody say that to me a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
That's a
Okay.
weird kind of thing, because then it separates the two of you,
right,
and it puts you in different places. And I think that the concept of marriage is that you're together.
Right, and it makes me uncomfortable because it's a connotation of I'm along with that same scenario of I have the wife too, and I don't have that.
Right.
I have Sherry, and she's her own person, like we said in our other video, and I got an itch. Wow, it's killing me. Thank you. Oh my goodness. It's
So how did
you're your own person, and I'm my own person.
right.
So I don't have the wife.
Right, but together we're a unit, and I
Right.
think that's significant.
Right.
And so how did you first know you were in love?
I first knew that I was in love with you in that we were at a Mexican restaurant, and it's okay to say that.
Yes, because it was a Mexican
It was a
restaurant.
Mexican.
Yes.
It said that outside of their establishment,
Yes,
so I'm gonna call
Mexican
it that because you
restaurant.
want to make sure that you're not racist and stuff like that. There's a lot of things we say that is accidentally racist. Don't do it. That's bad. So, Anyway, we were in the Mexican restaurant, and we were ordering our food, and I don't know what happened. I looked at her, she looked at me, and it was kind of like
this,
yeah. And then we didn't see the other stuff that was going
Yeah,
on.
nothing
and it
else
felt,
was happening
right.
around
And it
us.
was
It
like
was a
it
busy
felt like
restaurant.
a long time.
Yeah.
And I know they were probably like, okay, are you gonna order? Like, what's the deal? But I remember that, and it was like it was kind of like I'm very like effects oriented. So it was like, whoo. And then I said, okay,
Yeah.
this is cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it until after. After I said, did you feel this? How did you? And she
Yeah.
was like, yeah. It's kind of weird. And I'm gonna call it. That's how I knew that I was in love with Sherry. And I wasn't trying to do that.
Right.
And we were
Just
minding our
very
own business,
organic,
getting
how it
some
happened.
food, and then also the fact that when reflecting on if there was a loss of Sherry and a loss of Randall, we would be very unhappy with that, like devastated.
Yeah.
So I think those are
That's it.
two factors. Tell us what it is that made you say to yourself you're in love. That's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I dig it.
That's it for me too. It was that experience in the restaurant. I've not felt that before, and it was really interesting. And
It was kind of surreal.
Yeah, and a lot of times people say, "Oh, you just know," and it's kind of that, but not really that. It was a real experience. It wasn't just a just know.
Right.
It was a real experience where you could tell that connection was there, and it was awesome. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's how we knew we were in love, but every day it's built and we work at it, and it just gets better all the time, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
And I would say for younger people or those that are contemplating marriage, that's not something that you should rush into. You should, take your time, try to figure out where the other person is in their life, what they're doing, what they have going on.
Yeah.
And don't rush it, because, especially I hear a lot of I think you have to tell us the proportion, but ladies and men saying, having this thought of, I can change them. They do stuff that you go,
on both sides.
That's on my nerve, but
I can't change people.
Them.
You
it's
can't
like,
change. You know what? That'll be our next video. Like, can you change him or her? So, that's
short answer is no.
No,
we'll talk about why.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button as well. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, and keep friending me on Facebook. I'm sending all of you guys
friend
requests. Exactly. Facebook friend request. And I know people say, you're old if you're still doing Facebook. To you guys. I love Facebook. Facebook is awesome.
Okay.
Yep. So when you see a request from me, know that I'm real. That's why we're making these videos as well. We're real people. We exist. We're not,
Bye.
Robots.
Bye.
She's saying I'm talking too much in a nice way. That's hilarious. But that's it.